This is the regular board meeting of TIC. It is now 5:30 p.m. on September 13th, 2021. We have a quorum. Mr. Will you lead us in the pledge? And Mr. Adams, will you do the invocation?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
O most gracious and truly everlasting God, to you, Father, we can live on you, God, and God alone. Father, we just want to say thank you, God, for this opportunity you give us to us, and we pray, oh God, that our children, our administrators, our teachers, oh Lord, God, we pray, oh God, that you would keep us safe here. And Lord, we just pray, oh God, that you continue to lead us, guide us, and direct us, and all that we say, that you just God, these blessings, and how we serve Christ Jesus, and we pray this for all. Amen.
Amen. Ms. Stevens, will you please? I need a motion to approve the consent items as presented, minutes of the regular board meeting of August 9th, 2021, minutes of the special board meeting and board training of August 19th, 2021, minutes of the special meeting of August 23rd, 2021, board goals update, gifted and talented program evaluation, change the board policy CKC local, and update to 2021 team operating procedures.
Mr. President, I so move.
Ms. Williams made a motion.
I second it.
Mr. Adams second. All those in favor? Motion carries unanimously. Reports.
Next item we have is SHAC report. Each year we have to give a SHAC report, just kind of overview of what we had in our SHAC meetings last year. It was COVID. Y'all are firmly aware of what we did last year. We started out doing temperature checks, social distancing, lunch schedules were changed around. Middle school, we had desks instead of tables. And so, again, that's pretty much what all of our SHAC meetings were about last year. We're planning on, again, some more Stop the Bleed training. And then also this year, for our goals for this year, our health classes have some updated curriculum. And then this year, one of the new legislative changes to go in effect is SHAC meetings now have to be a publicly held meeting with a posted agenda like a board meeting. So we will have to post the agenda 72 hours in advance for our SHAC meetings, and anybody that wants to come may come and attend as well. So I have a feeling it's still going to be COVID, a lot of it this year, but that's pretty much all we did with SHAC last year. The next item I have is our COVID-19 update. Each day, at the end of the day, we will update our COVID spreadsheet that's on our webpage. Usually on Mondays, it's going to be a little higher. Then you see Fridays, it'll drop down. But as the week progresses, it seems to get higher, but then more people come off the list. A couple of new protocols that we've put into place beginning this week. Miss Cindy Brown will be coming on board. Today was her first day. She will handle all of our COVID testing. We have approximately 900 COVID tests, and so we had to come up with some protocols for our COVID testing. And so all vaccinated staff and students will test on the day they find out they were in close contact with someone that's positive. They'll test on day 1, day 4, and day 7. And these tests will either be done by the campus nurse for the staff, or it'll be done over here with Miss Brown if the caseload's not too bad in the morning. But in the morning prior to work, she will do the staff and the vaccinated students that will be able to keep coming to schools as long as they do not have symptoms. The non-vaccinated students will be required to quarantine for 10 days. Now, this is if you're living in a household with someone. We also will allow a student that can get out of that household for close contact. For example, let's say, Karen and I are going, she's dropping me off at school. Karen becomes positive. I can't go home to Karen because, again, she's positive, but Karen can put me over here in Kip's house. I broke my close contact. So after 5 days, that student can go take a PCR test and then return after day 7 if that's negative. So we put that safeguard in there too, if that student that's non-vaccinated wants to come back sooner and everything. We were seeing a lot of cases of households popping up positive. Even saw some more today. And TEA changed those rules about a week or so ago to allow school districts to go ahead and quarantine all household students, even if they aren't positive at that time. Just trying to stay on top of that as much as we can. But overall, I feel like our case counts have been, they're higher than they are normally, but I feel like we haven't had any big major outbreaks yet. We monitor it pretty close, and we're hoping with having Cindy on board, and that's paid out of ESSER 3 money that we received from the state, that'll help expedite, take the load off of our nurses on campus as well. That's it for COVID. The next item I have is each and every year we contract with Livebarter to do our property value study. And again, any money that we get back, it doesn't cost anything. They get a percentage of that. So I recommend that we do that again this year.
Do I have a motion to approve the contract with Lineberger, Gogan, Blair, and Sampson LLP for the administrative audit of the property value study finding for the school year of 2020, 2021?
Mr. President, I move that we approve the contract with Lineberger.
Mr. Smith made a motion.
As long as they
Mr. Skinner is second. All those in favor, please say, raise your right hand. Motion carries.
Next item, we needed to place back on the agenda. The board did this back in the last month, but the word that we utilized was not stipend. We utilized the word, I believe, Ms. Dean, was it incentive? Incentive, and we needed to use the word stipend. And then also in this as well, we were looking at doing some of or qualifying some of our substitute teachers. We have substitute teachers, for example, 1,467 hours is a full year. And we have some substitute teachers that were with us last year that maybe 600 hours with us, 700, and they're with us full time right now too. And so we would like to maybe look at giving them, offering the stipend for them because they are coming every day and working with our students. So we will look at setting up a process to where we can go back at previous year and say, okay, you were here half the year subbing, and then so far this year you've been here more than you haven't been. And so I could say that might be someone that we want to target as a possible candidate to receive the $600 stipend as well.
Very good. Do I have a motion to approve the updated wording to the resolution of the Tatum ISD vaccine stipend plan for district employees, including the use of ESSER 3 funds, guidelines, requirements for participation and procedures as presented?
Make a motion.
Ms. Hendricks made a motion.
I second, Mr. President.
Ms. McElwain, second. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Motion carries unanimously.
Next item is to approve the bid for district lawn service. Our recommendation again is for Sanford and Sons. They do a great job for us.
Need a motion to approve the 2021-2022 bid for district lawn services as presented.
I make a motion.
Ms. Hendricks made a motion.
I say,
Mr. Adams, second. All those in favor? Motion carries unanimously.
Next item you have for approval is to consider a softball fence that will match our baseball fence that we currently have. There are 3 bids in there, and I'd like to go through those real quick to explain why my recommendation is for the highest bid. The first bid that you'll see is for $19,500. And again, for that bid, we have to take down the existing fence, and there will be no extra support added for the new fence coming up. And they're going to use our existing poles that we have for chain link right now. And so we didn't feel like that was a good alternative there. The second one was $29,450. That price, it did include them to demo the fence and post, but they were going to replace the post with a 4-inch square tubing mounted on base plates. And I have a picture here with 26 gauge, which if you know 26 gauge is kind of thin. And so the recommendation is Buchanan Fence Company at $35,000. They're going to completely demo the fence and keep our posts, but they're going to add 3-inch posts between our existing posts and cement them into the current footing. And they're using 24 gauge, which will be a lot thicker. And so that's our recommendation, and it'll match just like the baseball.
We've had success with Buchanan Fence, and I move that we go with the Buchanan Fence.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the 2021-22 bid for District Lawn Services presented by Mr. Smith. Do I have a second? Oh, sorry.
No,
Softball field.
softball fence.
That's what I said. Oh, was it not? Do I have a motion to approve the purchase of fencing for the softball outfield as presented? Mr. Smith has made a motion. Mr. Williams, second. All those in favor?
Next item I have is to recommend for our district-wide lock system. 2 bids were placed, and our recommendation, after checking with other schools and references, is the recommendation of CNR Services.
We don't use one, seven use one. Do I have a motion to approve the purchase of a district-wide lock system as presented?
Mr. President, I so move.
Ms. McLean makes a motion.
I second.
Ms. Knight, second.
Right.
That was better than the second
We don't
bid.
want to consider the second?
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Motion carries.
I think you go with
Yeah.
I agree.
Just tear this building down.
Were those originally from 2007?
I believe so. The next item is for new camera systems on our buses. We have two companies that we visited with. Talking with Beth, she wants to go with the company out of Houston, being a little more local. However, we want to make sure they can get the equipment in. And so my recommendation is not to exceed $40,000. If for some reason they could not get the equipment in and get it put on our buses in time, we could go with the other bid. But we're hoping to go with the low bid on this. And you'll see 3 bids. One also was over $100,000. So,
I need a motion to approve new camera system for buses as presented.
I'm sorry. You got a question?
Are there, these views we've got here, are there 4 cameras on the bus? Are we picking one of those cameras and
Yes.
where we mount it or what?
There will be multiple cameras on the bus.
So
That
everybody
is
is just
just-
a red dot in a view, that's gonna be a camera.
That's going to show, yes,
Do we need that many cameras on one bus?
yes. Yes.
Sorry.
No. You definitely want to see, you need to be watching the driver. A lot of things can happen with a driver. Y'all might be aware of things in the past that a driver can do and don't do. And also their safety. If somebody boards that bus, we want to see a good shot of the person boarding that bus. And then also, you definitely want to see from the back of the bus what's going on in the back of the bus. If people are laying down between seats and in the aisles and so forth.
I've been able to catch a cheerleader that rode home on the back of the
Okay.
bus.
And
We may, I guess these are really protected too, or whatever, encased or whatever, so some kids can't.
oh, yeah.
As far as not reaching the summit, they consider it on
I need a motion to approve new camera system for buses as presented.
Not to exceed 40,000.
Not to, well, I didn't say that, okay, not to exceed 40,000.
I so move, Mr. President.
Ms. McElwain, Mr. Adams, second. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Motion carries unanimously. The board now convened into a closed meeting to discuss. Oh, we don't need to? So we can adjourn?
Yes.
Okay, the MIC Board of Trustees now adjourned. Oh, quick.
That quick. That's
Yes,
gonna be a record.
yes.
And we got good comfy chairs.
This is
Any
I
I
problems
know,
out there?
and we better get you a lawyer.
Ready to sit here all night.
We're still alive. No. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.